Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well, and hope everyone will have a good Shabbos. This week's video, Dvar Torah, has two sponsors. It is first sponsored by an anonymous donor to be a merit for the refuah shlema of Guta Pesach, but Risa Elka. And we also daven that it should be a merit for her refuah shlema, her speedy recovery, and we thank the sponsor. We also want to thank Abe Brody, who is sponsoring in memory of his father, Rabbi Joseph Brody, Alav Shalom, whose yahrzeit he is observing today, Friday, the 3rd of Adar Rishon. It should be an aliyah for his neshama, and thank you very much, Abe. This week's Parsha, Parshas Teruma, is where Hashem commands through Moshe, the Jewish people, to build for him a mishkan, a tabernacle. And in the inner sanctum, the Holy of Holies of the mishkan, was placed the Aron HaKodesh, the Holy Ark, which held the two tablets that Moshe received on Har Sinai. And the Torah describes that on top of the ark there was a golden cover, a kapores, and on top of the golden cover, v'hayu hakruvim, there were two golden cherubs, parsei chnafaim lamala, with their wings spread upwards, sochachim b'chanfeim ala kapores, hovering over, protecting that golden cover and protecting the contents, the luchot, inside of the Aron. V'no'arati l'cha sham v'dibarti idcha me'ala kapores mibein shnei hakruvim. And Hashem says, and I will speak to you, Moshe, my voice, my prophetic messages will emanate, will emerge from that space between the kruvim, above the golden cover of the Aron. From there I will speak to you. These golden kruvim, what are they? What are they meant to symbolize? Such an image, it's really actually troubling, problematic. It smacks of some kind of pagan image in the Holy of Holies of a temple, which obviously is not. What is it meant to capture? What is its purpose? It's more than just something decorative, obviously. It obviously carries some important symbolism. Now, many may be aware of the teaching of our sages that the two kruvim represented Hashem and the Jewish people, and they would face one another when our relationship was positive, and they would turn away and the relationship was negative. But that actually is not the plain sense meaning of the symbolism of the kruvim. It's actually quite a counter read of our sages. And to fully understand how incredible of an interpretation that is, we must forget it, put it aside, and first understand the psukim and the kruvim at what they would mean to us at first glance, and then we'll turn to the words of our sages. The Rambam and Ramban, and generally the major commentaries of the medieval period, the Rishonim, explain that the kruvim symbolize and were meant to depict angels, the angelic world, the heavenly forces, divine forces. The Rambam says that's why there were two. If there would be only one angel, one could chas v'shel make the mistake that it was an image of God. But once there are two, we know that God is one, so then it cannot mean God, it means his angelic forces, the multitude of his angels, two, but representing all of the angels. For the angels are what connect the spiritual world and the physical world. It is through angels, the Rambam believed, that prophecy descended. Is through angels that Hashem sees the world. It is the divine heavenly forces, spiritual forces that protect the Jewish people and protect the Torah, symbolized by them hovering over with their wings above the Aron. And indeed, this seems to be the simple meaning and symbolism of the kruvim. They are angels. Indeed, throughout Tanakh, Hashem is referred to as the Rochev or Yoshev al HaKruvim, that Hashem sits or rests or rides upon the kruvim. The Ramban explains that there is a tradition that there's a heavenly chariot, that Hashem's presence, so to speak, is carried on a chariot held up by angels, all kinds of angels, different levels of angels, one of them being the kruvim. And the Aron, so to speak, represented the lowest level of those kruvim, of the angelic powers, the angels that hold up Hashem's divine chariot. And as if Hashem's divine chariot is hovering above the world, hovering above the Beis HaMikdash, and we can see just the bottom two kruvim, which have their wings spread out, protecting what is below, but also holding up the angels above them, until holding up the divine chariot with, so to speak, Hashem's presence on top of it, as is depicted in the prophecies of Yechezkel and Yeshayahu. And so the simple symbolism, when the Jewish people in ancient times would see the kruvim, they would see the angels holding up Hashem. They would see the angels that would lower the divine chariot into the world. And come along our sages and say, that on a deeper level, that is not what the Kruvim represent. The Kruvim don't represent angels. They represent the direct, immediate, powerful, passionate relationship between Hashem and the Jewish people. That there is no need for angels between us. That we can look right at Hashem and Hashem looks right at us. What in fact do these Kruvim look like? From the Psukim, all we know is that they are some kind of winged creature. But there are all kinds of ideas of what they look like, their bodies, their faces. And Chazal say Kruvim is related to the Aramaic word karavya, like a child. The Kruvim, this is how cherubs are still depicted today in Western culture. They had a child's face, or more importantly, a human face. Chazal are saying that, do you know what? Do you know who the real angels are? They are us, people, humans. We are the angels of Hashem, and in particular the Jewish people. We are the angels that protect the Torah, that hover over the Torah. We are the angels that hold up the divine chariot and have the power to lower it into this world. That is what is so incredible about the teaching of our sages. Until that point, people thought they were angels, that the most holy power in the world other than God were angels. It was only angels that could bring divine powers into this world. It was angels that connect this world and the world above it. And Chazal come to teach us that there is a place of angels. There is a heavenly court. There is a divine chariot. But the real angels, the ones that really can most directly connect this world and the world above it, are none other than us. We are the angels that protect the Torah, and we are the angels that hold up the divine chariot. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.